Hi guys, welcome back to the Surge 2. This is actually a guide this time around rather than a walkthrough, where we're going to be talking about some of the best weapons you can get at the beginning of the game, very early on, to make the making some progress easier for you. So the first weapon we're going to talk about is the spear. Basically, as soon as you get to the first med bay, which you won't struggle to find, you basically kill like 3 enemies and you find the first med bay, which is right here, as you can see. It's the chap right in front of you. So literally from here, you're on the med bay, you've just leveled up your first level, maybe giving yourself a little bit of extra health. You turn around and it's the guy right behind you. Now you want to make sure you target his right arm. By targeting the right arm, you can knock the health down of that arm, and you will be given the option to cut that arm off, which you'll press and hold, I think square on the PlayStation. Here we go. Boom. And that's how you get the spear. Now this is actually a fantastic weapon. It's actually my favourite starter weapon, to be honest with you. It gives you a great reach. There's some good jumping attacks to get you into combat easy. It's a good in and out weapon. It's easy on the stamina as well, so the damage isn't massively high per hit, but what you can do is dart in and out of combat, as you can see from the footage here. It's got some good sweeping attacks as well, which is good for crowds of enemies. It doesn't stun very easily, so you're not going to necessarily stun your enemy and stun lock them as you might with heavier weapons, but you can kind of jump into and out of combat, and I've got a little demo for you coming up now that you'll see. See how I had enough stamina there to kind of just dip quickly back out of combat before I took a hit, which is good. It's better than other weapons in that regard. It's a very good weapon against the first boss, in fact, actually. So the second weapon is just behind you. So from the med bay, as you come out of the med bay, if you take a left, you'll have to reopen this door. Now you'll have walked through this section initially, and it's this guy right in front of you. You'll have fought him once already, but you won't have been able to take his weapon. Again, target the right arm, cut it off, and there you go. This one's called the Equalizer. It's heavy duty. Now that's basically a double hand, a big heavy hitting weapon. It's yeah, it's slow, absolutely really slow, but if you're precise and you get your timing right, it hits like an absolute truck. I'll give you a little demo of it now. I'll just run down the stairs here. But you got to be careful not to miss, because if you miss, you're very vulnerable. But you can see how hard that was. It took that guy out in 2 shots. Now see, I missed there. See, I was wide open to get attacked, so you got to be careful. Now this particular weapon isn't as good on the energy gain, so you're not going to be getting your health back particularly well, because you're only hitting the guy twice. So it's not brilliant for building up your battery. That's why I don't particularly like this weapon. Aside from it being slow, it builds up the battery quite slowly, so it's not brilliant for keeping your health. So I stumbled across another weapon. I missed this on my first playthrough. Right next to the guy you got the spear from. Let me just quickly take this guy out. It's in a locker right next to him. See there? And this is a one-handed. It's like a one-handed sword. And this one is brilliant. It's got a really good. The range isn't as good as the spear, but the moveset is fantastic on it. And it's quick and it's easy on the stamina, and it hits pretty hard, and it can stun really well as well. So I'll actually use this weapon shortly to pick up our next weapon from the boss. The next weapon from the boss, there will actually be a guide. I'll put a guide for how to get it properly so you can see the whole fight, but we'll cut to the fight in a moment. So I'm using my little one-handed sword on Warden Garcia here. Now again, you want to, throughout the fight, the entire fight, you want to target his right arm. And if you cut it off, then you get his weapon. Now you get a weapon called the Jackknife Pro. Now this is probably the best of the bunch. It's not my favourite weapon, to be honest with you, because the wind up on it is slow. There's a bit of a delay when you go for an attack, but the energy gain on it is fantastic. So your battery will build up really quickly, which means you can get health gains. It also hits really hard. It's got great damage. It's a very good weapon to start you off in the game. And if you can get used to the moveset, it'll really stand you in good stead. Some of the takedowns are pretty damn cool on it as well, as you'll see. Now the next weapon is, you can get this pretty early on, so this is right in the next area, downtown Jericho. Now this guy is just across the bridge as you come out of the second med bay you find. You only get one shot at this guy. If you miss it, if he kills you, or if you kill him and you don't get the weapon, then you don't get another pop at this, and you'll have to wait to find another one, which is quite a bit later in the game. Bear in mind this guy's a level 2, and at this stage I think I'm a level 1, so it's a hard fight. Notice I'm using the spear to take this guy out, to get in and out and away from his sweeping attacks. But yeah, this is a great weapon. It's pretty intricate. It's actually called double duty, a double duty weapon, which is a big two-hander that splits into two one-handers. I'll demonstrate it as soon as I've taken this guy down. There we go. So that's it. So from this guy, you actually pick up your first piece of vulture gear as well, which is a great gear set. I'll probably do a video on that at some point. But there you go. Bootleg split cleaver. Your first double duty weapon. I'll show you the moveset now. It's a bit intricate and complicated. But if you can get used to it, it's fantastic. What I would do with this weapon though, if you want to play with it, is invest in stamina. It's very heavy on the stamina. So if you press your attack buttons slowly, very slowly, one at a time, it will do big two-handed hits. So you see here, 1, 2, 3. They're your big heavy hitters. But if you press quickly, see you can pretty much just go ape shit with it. It's fantastic, but it will drain your stamina really hard. But it's a fantastic weapon. I'll demonstrate it now. And just coming up to the final weapon I'm going to pick up now. I'll demonstrate in a quick fight here. Now be careful with this guy. He throws kind of petrol bombs at you. You want to keep out of range. He also does fire damage, which is why the weapon he's got is very good. See, I'm just keeping out of the way behind that van there. See the big one hit there. And then again, targeting his right arm to get the weapon. Bootleg firestarter. Now this is it's a single rigged again, so it's very similar to the Jackknife Pro. The moveset's similar but not identical, but this one does fire damage. So this is great if you're looking to just kill people. This is brilliant. Where it does pose a bit of a problem is sometimes just when they get to the end of their health and you're ready to cut a piece off them to get either armor or weapon, they might die from the fire damage. So you got to be careful. I'll demonstrate. See it on this guy here. See, just about cut it off, but he died. The fire damage took him out before I could get his arm off him. That was a charge attack then that I did on this guy. So fantastic entry move. And it looked cool as hell as well. So it's great for slaying out. That's a very good weapon for slaying out, but not necessarily. There are risks if you're farming for armor or weapons. And that's it. They're the best weapons you can get from the beginning of the game, the first half an hour of the game. Hope you enjoy. Please like and subscribe. Thanks. See you again.